Before he was lighting up the stage with sharp political jokes and raw truth, D.L. Hughley was a teenager caught up in gang life on the tough streets of South Central L.A. Kicked out of high school and nearly lost to the streets, he made an unexpected U-turn, swapping red bandanas for a mic and a mission. Today, he's not just one of the original kings of comedy, he's a best-selling author, political firebrand, and a voice that America can't ignore. This is the real story of D.L. Hughley, Unfiltered, Unapologetic, and Unforgettable. You're watching Celebrity Worldwide Hub, where we dig deep into the stories behind the legends. Early life and background. D.L. Hughley, born on March 6, 1963 in Los Angeles, California, U.S. Raised in South Central Los Angeles. D.L. Hughley grew up in a challenging environment. South Central Los Angeles, particularly during his youth in the 1970s and 1980s, was marked by gang violence, poverty, and social unrest. He became involved with the Bloods gang as a teenager and was expelled from high school due to his gang-related activities. However, Hughley eventually made a conscious decision to turn his life around. He distanced himself from gang life, got his GED, General Educational Development, and began working a regular job. Education. Although he did not graduate traditionally from high school, Hughley earned his GED after leaving school. He did not attend college, instead moving into the workforce and eventually into comedy. Career turning point. After turning his life around, Hughley worked as a telemarketer, which helped him develop his communication skills. He eventually found his calling in stand-up comedy, gaining recognition in the early 1990s, and went on to become one of the original kings of comedy, alongside Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac. Stand-up comedy career. D.L. Hughley began his entertainment career in stand-up comedy in the late 1980s and gained a strong reputation on the comedy circuit in Los Angeles. Breakthrough. His big break came when he was selected as the original host of Bet's ComicView in 1992. This was a key platform for black comedians in the early 90s and introduced him to a national audience. Stand-up style. Known for his sharp wit, political insight, and observational humor. His comedy often touches on race, politics, family, and social issues, delivered with a mix of satire and sincerity. Television career. 1. The Hughley's 1998-2002. D.L. Hughley created, produced, and starred in this sitcom based on his own life. Aired for 4 seasons, 2 on ABC, 2 on UPN. Plot. A black family moves from South Central Los Angeles to a white suburb, highlighting cultural clashes and comedic misunderstandings. He played Daryl Hughley, a character based on himself. 2. The Original Kings of Comedy 2000. Featured alongside Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac. The show was part of a hugely successful national tour, directed by Spike Lee, and released as a stand-up film. It helped cement Hughley's status as one of the top black comedians in America. 3. Other TV appearances. Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, 2006-2007, played a fictional version of himself as a comedian cast member on a sketch show. Scrubs. Guest appearance. Hawaii Five-0, recurring role as a federal agent. Glory Days, Drive, Ken, and several other roles in drama and comedy. Radio career. The D.L. Hughley Morning Show, launched in 2009, syndicated by Reach Media. A blend of comedy, political commentary, and celebrity interviews. Ran until 2010 due to creative differences with the network. The D.L. Hughley Show Radio returned in 2013 with a new nationally syndicated radio show. Features co-hosts and covers daily news, pop culture, and social issues. Still ongoing as of 2025 in many U.S. markets. CNN. Political commentary and news. D.L. Hughley Breaks the News 2008-2009. Aired on CNN, it was a mix of comedy, news analysis, and interviews. Tackled issues like race, politics, and social justice, with a humorous spin. Notable for bringing a comedian's voice into mainstream news commentary. Cancelled after 1 season, partly due to Hughley's discomfort with living full-time in New York. Author and social critic. D.L. Hughley has authored several best-selling books, blending humor with social critique. I Want You to Shut the F-Shark CK Up, 2012, a humorous yet serious take on American politics. Black Man, White House, 2016, a satirical, oral history of Barack Obama's presidency. How Not to Get Shot, and Other Advice from White People, 2018, satirical advice aimed at critiquing systemic racism and police brutality. Surrender, White People, 2020, tackles white privilege and racial injustice. How to Survive America, 2021, commentary on racial inequality, healthcare disparities, and economic injustice. Black Boomers, How the Soul Generation Made America a Better Place, TBA upcoming, focused on the civil rights era and Black resilience. Podcasting and digital presence. D.L. Hughley maintains a strong presence on YouTube, Instagram, and podcast platforms, where he continues to discuss politics, race, and culture. His podcast features regular guests, sharp monologues, and current events commentary. Awards and honors. Peabody Award nominee for his work on social issues. Multiple NAACP Image Award nominations. Honored for his advocacy for racial justice, mental health awareness, and political literacy. Notable traits and influence. D.L. Hughley is widely respected for his evolution from a stand-up comic to a sharp political and cultural commentator. Often compared to figures like Dick Gregory, Chris Rock, and Jon Stewart for his blend of comedy and critique. Marriage. Wife, LaDonna Hughley, married since 1986. LaDonna Hughley has mostly stayed out of the spotlight but has occasionally appeared with D.L. at public events. She was also a co-producer of Black Love, a docuseries exploring real-life love stories in the Black community. Hughley has credited his wife with being a steady, grounding force throughout his life and career, especially during his early struggles and rise to fame. Children. D.L. and LaDonna Hughley have 3 children. 1. Ryan Nicole Hughley, born 1987. Occupation: food writer and culinary professional. Ryan is a graduate of Columbia University. She has written for food and lifestyle publications and keeps a relatively low profile. 2. Tyler Hughley, born circa 1991. Personal journey. Tyler has spoken publicly about living with Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism. D.L. has openly discussed his son's journey to raise awareness and promote understanding of neurodiversity. Tyler is involved in his father's business ventures behind the scenes and lives a largely private life. 3. Kyle Hughley. There is some confusion online between Tyler and Kyle, as some sources list Tyler as Kyle's middle name or vice versa. D.L. has referred to his son Kyle in older interviews, but it's possible Kyle and Tyler are the same person, with the names used interchangeably. Family tragedy and personal growth. D.L. has publicly revealed that during his marriage, he had an extramarital affair, which resulted in the birth of another child. Tragically, that child died as an infant after being shaken by the mother's boyfriend. Hughley spoke about this painful event in interviews, including how he eventually told his wife, and how she offered support despite that. Betrayal. Parenting style and views. Hughley often speaks about Black fatherhood, raising children in America, and the challenges of parenting with honesty and vulnerability. He has also used his platforms to highlight the importance of mental health and supporting children with special needs. Net worth. Estimated net worth: $10 million, $12 million, as of 2025. This figure is based on multiple sources, including celebrity finance sites like Celebrity Net Worth. It includes earnings from stand-up comedy tours, television acting, producing, hosting, radio shows, book sales, several bestsellers, endorsements and speaking engagements. Lifestyle. Residences. Primary home. Reportedly lives in the Los Angeles area, possibly in the San Fernando Valley or another upscale suburb. While details of his current home are private, past reports suggest a comfortable but not overly extravagant lifestyle. He has emphasized privacy and security for his family. Cars. D. L. Hughley has been seen driving luxury vehicles, though he's not flashy about it. Past interviews and sightings have shown him with Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz. He doesn't flaunt exotic supercars like some celebrities. He seems to prefer practical, high-end vehicles. Fashion and personal style. Known for his clean, sharp dressing, especially tailored suits and hats during performances. Frequently seen wearing fedoras, designer glasses, and stylish casual wear off stage. Often collaborates with stylists for public appearances and red carpet events. Health and wellness. D. L. has been open about his health, particularly after collapsing on stage in 2020 due to exhaustion and testing positive for COVID-19. Since then, he's emphasized better health practices, including getting regular checkups, managing stress, maintaining a work-life balance. Interests and hobbies. Avid reader and political junkie. Stays engaged with current events and politics, often referencing history and literature. Enjoys traveling, especially for comedy tours and speaking events. He also spends time with his family and grandchildren. He became a grandfather in recent years. Public persona versus private life. Public persona: bold, political, unfiltered, and highly opinionated. Private life: grounded, family-oriented, health-conscious, and relatively low-key compared to many Hollywood figures.